do you believe as though it is important, or question, do you believe that it is important for African Americans here, or Judah, Benjamin, Levi, all the generations down that you guys are talking to me about? Do you believe it is important for the unification of African Americans and people who are of colored descent to fight for or politic for people who are African and are coming from Africa and like other parts of the world that are native?
Well, there's an issue with what you said, right? Number one is that to be considered an Israelite, it's not about skin color, right? It's not about phenotype. It's about your bloodline, where your father descends from, right? Like for instance, if you have a so-called African American man and a white woman, they have a child, that baby would be a so-called African American because the father's African, right? There's no such thing as a mixed child. You are what your father is. You are what your father is because the father carries the seed, right?
Wait, what do you mean there's no mixed children? Like, that's what
I'm going to deal with that.
Mixed is not a nationality.
Right.
See,
right, that's just what it's sanctioned in America. If you're black and white, or if you're mixed in any type of way, you're on paper. There's like 4 or 5 options here.
Yeah, and again, it's not a nationality.
Right.
That's why you'll have subgroups. Right, a subgroup is not a nationality. Island Pacifica will be under white. Is that Caucasian? No, it's not the same people.
Island and Pacifica.
Island Pacifica.
Yeah, like
or under Native, or it'll be under Native American.
Right.
But
are they not Native American?
The Pacific Islands are not property of the United States of America, nor is it in America. It's not part of the American continent.
So there needs to be more options on the paper.
No, there needs to be understanding of what nationality is.
Right.
Nationality is your race. That's what nationality is.
How do you get there, though? How do you get to the understanding of that on paper? Like, how do you? Because in long term, I see it as it just causes more division if it's not.
If we're gonna say having a, for lack of better words, a category for your people is more division, then what you have today is even more division.
I mean, we do have categories. It is division.
Yeah, but
it's politically.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Political words, nationality is not a political device.
Nationality isn't a political device?
No, it was actually found by God. There's a reason for nationality.
I believe nationality is one of the greatest political devices.
So you're missing it. I told you nationality is your race. Race is not a political device.
Right.
A political device is you have African American, but then the lighter hued African Americans are light Americans.
Mulatto.
Or mulatto.
How is
that is a political device because it's not what? It's not a race. A mulatto is what?
A mulatto.
If his father is a black man, he's a what?
He's black.
If a dark-skinned man, his father is a black man, he's a what?
He's black.
If a so-called phenotypical white man, his father is a black man, what is he?
He's black.
He's a black man.
So what do you mean it's not a political device, though?
Because it's race.
What is a political device?
Listen, I just gave you an example. Race is something that God created.
Right.
God created
I
genotypes.
agree.
God created all those things.
I agree.
Is that a political device created by God?
God did not create political devices.
Exactly my point. So if God created race, race is not a political device. A political device is like the example you gave, a subgroup. Mulatto, that's a political device.
Right.
Why is it a political device? Because it was something coined by slave masters or former slave masters of black people in Haiti and in different South American countries.
Political
you created
devices.
You created another class group.
Right. To further divide so-called black people.
And mulatto was created as a class because it was a step under white.
Right. That's why they
That's
had
a
the
political
paper bag
device.
test. Right. That's why they had the paper bag test during the Civil Rights Movement. The lighter you are, the further in the front you can see it. The darker you are, the further in the back you have to see it.
So my understanding of what you guys are saying is that both it is not a political device in the sense of God creating race and division for the sole purpose of it being just the sole purpose of indifference.
Sole purpose of making a difference and an inheritance.
Right.
And an inheritance.
Right. So,
So
the way,
an inheritance-
way nations deal is you have an inheritance. It's been like that from the beginning of time, from antiquity. A nation was a nation because of what inheritance they had. So
Wait.
the nations that come from Jephthah, right? Japheth. Those nations exist and are given an inheritance. The nations that come from Shem, those nations exist and God separated an inheritance for them. The nations that come from Ham, those nations exist because they come from that man, and because they come from that man, a certain inheritance is given to them.
Right.
Most High God deals with nations. He does not deal with subgroups and political.
You're saying Africa
classes.
has their inheritance. Europe has their inheritance. America has their inheritance.
No, because there's many different nationality of people that live in these places, right? We're not saying that the country as a whole has its inheritance. No, it's the people that live within those countries, right? For example, America is a melting pot. It's a lot of different nationalities that live here, right? But there's a certain people that have certain inheritances, like you said, right?
Yes. The way the God of the Bible deals with inheritance is passed on through your fathers. So because it's passed on through a patriarchal system, your nationality is determined by that patriarchal system.
Right.
And not only because of that, but just simple science as well. If you wanted to trace your heritage, you can't use your sister's genetics, can you? No, because she does not carry a Y.
What do you mean? I can't use my mom's or my dad's?
No, you cannot. In order for you to determine the origin of your family, you cannot use your mother or your sister.
Wait.
It has to be brought through your father, or you, or a man in your family.
Right.
Why?
Because
if I go through my mom's heritage, then that's my granddad's heritage.
That's your what?
My granddad.
So it was eventually to who?
A man.
A man. But that's on your mom's side.
Right.
So again, you come from your father. You didn't come from her father.
Right.
Your father came from his father. And he came from his father, yes? Why? Because you carry sperm. What determines the sex of a child in conception?
Yeah, so it's only. I thought it was
No, I'm
both
asking, what-
sperm and egg.
What determines the sex of a child in conception?
The sex of the child?
Yes.
Like what determines its gender? During
Is it
conception.
specifically sperm?
Yes. Because sperm carries what?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
XY. If a sperm is an XX, that child's a girl. If a sperm is an XY, that child's a what?
So eggs don't carry
Boy.
XY.
No,
No, an egg is just an egg.
It's
It's
an
the
incubator.
soil.
it's an incubator. It's not a seed. That's just basic biology. Any seed that you take is going to determine what the fruit is.
Right.
I take a apple seed out of Germany. Is it going to grow to be an orange? So I planted it in Florida? No, it's going to be an apple. 'Cause it's,
Okay, I get it.
you know what I'm saying? So that's why your heritage, your nationality is determined by your father.
Right.
It's a fact of life.
Okay.
So because of that, your inheritance is passed down through your fathers. You understand?
I get what you're saying.
Right. And the whole point of that, the reason why we're telling you that your inheritance is passed down through your father is because, let me ask you this question, right? What would you consider your father? Is your father a so-called African American?
Yeah. He's well, by American, he's mixed.
What's his father?
I think probably like white
So your father's father is white?
or his mother. I think his mother. I'm not familiar. I don't know, but I think my great grandmother or his mother was white and his dad was black. So he's by American standards.
So he would be not by American standards, by
We're asking you by
biblical standards,
Right.
and just
He's black.
yeah, just
He's
cultural
black.
standards
Okay.
everywhere.
Yeah, he's black.
All right, so your father is a black man. So you are a black man, right? And this is what God said about so-called black people. Give me Deuteronomy 1:1 first, and then 7:6.
Wait,
Right.
so if my father was white and my mother was black, would I be considered
white
You'll be a white man.
See the concept of
What if I'm like dark skinned? Like, really?
it don't matter.
That's why I told you earlier.
See, look, the concept of what is it? A quarter of blood, quarter of black blood makes you black.
They started that.
That's an American concept.
Yeah.
Wait, a quarter of black blood makes you black.
A quarter of black blood.
I mean-
making you black. That's an American. That's an American characteristic.
Yes, boy, we are
The reason why
not
that's an
the
American
same.
characteristic.
Nah, I don't want to hear your motherfucking convo.
The reason why that's an American characteristic
No.
is because in chattel slavery, slave masters were sleeping with their slaves. Right? Those are called illegitimate children by them. And in order to produce more slaves, you had an illegitimate child.
Yeah.
Guess what he is? Well, he's a slave.
Yeah.
Because his what? His father, his mother is a slave.
Yep.
She's a black woman.
That's when that whole term mulatto and mixed, all that. That's when all that started, right? So that they could produce more slaves, like you said.
Started slavery. So understanding that phenotype does not determine race is actually something that is common knowledge by the world, but American society, Western society, has determined something else.
Right.
Why? Because Western society is founded upon chattel slavery
Yes.
and Willie Lynch syndrome.
Yep.
So
It gets deep.
your so-called caucus featured person, if their father is a so-called black man,
Right.
that's a black man.
Right.
But if they're a white man, that's not a black. Oh, if it's not a black. If it's a white man and a black woman, their child will be considered a white
Yes.
man.
Yes.
But on paper, that's not true though.
What you mean on paper?
Like when they go vote, that's not true.
But look,
Like okay, and if
look,
it's a
on
girl,
paper, on
also.
paper, there's more than two genders.
What if it's a girl?
No, wait, listen.
Listen to what he's saying.
On paper, there are more than two genders. Is it true?
There's other, like male, female, and other.
What is the
let's,
other?
let's be real
Let's
for
be
a
real.
second. Be real.
How old are you? 20? So
Yeah.
you're a grown man. Let's have a grown man conversation. How many genders are there?
Two.
All right,
Right.
so on paper,
Well,
wait,
yeah.
on paper, there's more than two genders. Is it true that there's more than two genders?
Yeah.
No.
All right, so
Well,
on
what do you
paper, wait, on paper, a 30-year-old can write down he's 6 years old. Is it true?
No, that's age.
Huh?
No, that's age.
Wait, what do you mean? It's age.
Like
Age
you
is a
just-
concept.
Wait, you just said. Yeah, concept with time. Like each year you
Concept
grow.
of what?
Time.
Okay.
I'm confused.
If I can be 36, but I can decide, nah, I'm not 36 years old.
What are you asking me?
I'm asking you factual questions. It's a fact because it's an age, right?
Right.
So if it's a fact because it's an age, I'm asking you something biological. A man puts down on the paper that he's a female, but biologically he's a man. Is it true that he's a female?
What if they got like a surgery or something?
Nah, see, you playing games. You don't have a real
Playing games,
conversation.
Well, this is like it's
So
a
look, let
real
me ask y'all
conversation
something,
because
right?
it's things that are going on in real life
Right,
right now.
real
So
life.
It
that
is a real
right,
conversation.
real life that's going on. But is it true? Is it factual? If you decide to identify as a female for whatever reason, you write that down on paper.
If
is it true that you're a
tomorrow
female?
I was to go get like a surgery
I'm asking you
and get a
something.
coochie,
No, look, I'm
then-
asking you something
yeah.
biologically.
Uh-huh.
Is it true that you're a female with XY chromosomes?
I'm saying I am a man. I'm saying
Why?
there are two
Wait,
genders.
why?
Because I have a penis.
Okay, now you
And
with
XY chromosomes.
now you with XY chromosomes. If you write down that you're a female, is it true that you're a female?
I mean, no.
All right.
Right.
So
Well-
just because on the paper there is subgroups of races
Doesn't make it
and
true.
just because a man decides he's black because he has Negro features,
Doesn't make
but
it
his
true.
father is white, it doesn't make it true that he's black.
Right. That's all we said.
Biology.
I mean, In truth, I disagree. I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I understand your point in saying this so that.
There's no point. The point
I mean,
is
it is a point, like baseline, so that you can like.
So the burden of rejoinder would be on you. You would have to.
One more time?
The burden of rejoinder would be on you.
A joiner?
Basically, you have the burden of proving that a factual statement is false. Because you said you disagree.
Okay.
You have to show me why it is not true that a man that has quote unquote Caucasian features, but his father's a black man, is not a black man.
I mean, I understand what I'm understanding is what's on paper is not what's on American paper, what's on like voting registration, what's on like it's not always true. Is what you guys are saying.
It doesn't determine what's true.
Right.
Okay, and I agree, and I agree with what you're saying.
But what was it you disagreed with? You said that. You said, in truth, I disagree.
I disagree with the changing of time and new technology and the fact that people do be going out and can go out and like have surgeries and change.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you something. Because in 2024, a man can get an operation to make himself appear as a woman.
Yes.
Is he a woman?
No.
I mean, no, you can't have.
All right. So what remains true? That's still a man. Yes. That's what.
But like,
I'm
what's the point of like saying
the
that?
point is what's real and what's not.
Right.
Because in 2024,
it's real that the surgery is
25.
possible.
25 now. Hold on.
And it will be.
Wait, hold on. Because in
deeper
2025, if a man decided that he wanted to identify as a female, but he has XY chromosome, he is a man.
How would you know? Like, if you were to go on a date, you personally, if you were to go on, just have this for the sake of conversation.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, it's kind of loud.
Let this pass by. Because what it's starting to seem like is what it's starting to seem like. And you correct me if I'm wrong. I'll just give you my perception. What it's starting to seem like is you're trying to cape for transvestites. Is that true?
I'm trying to what?
Cape for transvestites. Is that true?
What do you mean, cape for transvestites?
You're basically putting on a cape for them. You're trying to be their
like
advocate.
the savior? Like,
Yeah, their advocate.
I mean, no, it's just you're here, I'm here. It's a conversation. We're in 2024. It's what's going on right now.
I think what you're saying is it's true.
And it strays away from
hold
the
on
Bible,
one second. I think that you're saying it's true that people go out and have surgery and this, that, and the third, and it's true that they're able to say that, hey, even though my chromosomes are XY, I identify as a woman, right? What we're saying, however, although they're able to go out in society and do these things, that doesn't make the reality is that they are indeed a man, or the reality is that they are indeed a woman.
Yeah, that's all.
That's
our
all we
discussion.
say.
I don't care how much surgery is available to them to make themselves appear as a woman.
Right.
The fact is they don't have a uterus.
Right. That's
They
the
don't.
fact.
They have XY chromosome.
That's the fact.
The fact is they cannot biologically produce a child.
That's the fact.
They can't. That's the fact.
I don't think
So-
you would know though.
No, I think we do know
Yeah,
because
we
we
do.
have science.
I mean, I don't
Say
think
that.
you would know in a sense of if someone came down like right now.
I don't think
to
that
talk to you.
matters. I think what matters is what's true. If that person is not biologically a female, they're a man. If the other person is not biologically a male, they're a female. It doesn't matter if she gets a beard implants. It doesn't
yeah,
matter if
they
she
are.
cuts her breasts off.
Right.
It doesn't matter if somehow she attaches a penis on her. It doesn't matter. The fact is she was born a female, so she is a female. That is the fact of life.
Do you think this surgery should be accessible?
I don't think it should be at all.
You don't think it should just exist?
No,
in-
all your tax money is going to surgeries for people who decided that they wanted to be females to become
Well,
females.
no, all
And
of
they
our
later
tax
kill
money is going
themselves.
to guns and wars and subjugation in other countries.
Do I think money should go to that?
I mean, that's where it's going. You said it's all
Yeah, it's going there too.
Right.
But you asked me about surgeries for people who wanted to change their sex. Do I think people should have availability to that? No.
Right.
Just like I don't believe that children should be taught in elementary schools and preschools about sex changes and sexual behavior.
Do you think people should be gay?
No.
No.
I think it's detrimental to society, not the
You
history.
think society
Wait.
is the only
Slow down.
determining
Slow down.
Slow down, brother.
Let me answer and then ask another question.
Right.
It's
Wait. I think homosexuality is detrimental to society, and history proves that. Look at the Roman Empire.
You said
It was
it's
a bit
detrimental to society.
detrimental to society,
It's
and history proves that.
how so? Because
I
there
was
are.
in the midst of answering that
Okay.
question.
Wait.
you
Before you
just
do
asked.
that, are you aware that there are transsexual people that have far gone society, meaning that like been generals, saved lives, like been captains of ships, like
That doesn't matter to me.
okay.
The reason why it doesn't matter to me is because you're talking about some anomaly that I've never read. The anomaly does not determine the fact, which is it is detrimental to society.
Okay, and
Right.
it is not.
Do you want me to answer that question?
Not
Of why I say that?
an anomaly that heterosexual species and it is not
Heterosexual species?
male and female. That's all there is.
Yes,
But it is
yes.
not. It is not an anomaly or. It's a normal factor that males and males go together and females and females go together.
No,
in
it's not.
history,
It's not normal.
No, see, what you're saying is it's socially acceptable.
Right.
It's no.
But
it's-
socially
it's-
acceptable does not determine
I
normal.
think it's
What's
by
normal.
God.
What's
Like,
normal is what's biologically
what's by God.
what's biologically factual. A male was
to
not
Romans
created
1:26.
to lie with a
No.
male because God never sanctioned that. You know why? You wait.
Oh,
Know
get
how
that,
I
get
can
that.
tell you that? Because I can read where he says that, and you can just look at the fact of life. A male and a male cannot produce a child. A male and female can. A female and female cannot produce a child. A female and male can. That's the fact of life. So if God wanted man to be with man for the purpose of reproduction, then a man would be able to reproduce with a man. But that's not fact.
And that's
Let's read this. Read that.
So what church do y'all?
Sons of Thunder Israelites.
Oh yeah, you right.
Read that. Go to Leviticus 19, 20,
13.
20 and 13. Read that.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 13.
What did God say?
If a man also lie with mankind,
If a man lies with another man, read.
as he lieth with a woman,
The way a man is supposed to lie with a woman, read.
both of them have committed an abomination.
They've committed what?
An abomination.
What's an abomination?
Detestable.
Something detestable, disgusting, unnatural. Read.
They shall surely be put to death.
The God of the Bible said they're supposed to die.
So no, it's not by God.
It's not by God. It's not sanctioned by Him. Because you cannot observe in nature where that is something normal.
yes, you can.
No, you cannot. Because saying two male dogs humping each other is normal is not normal. It's not something that's natural. It's not a natural occurrence.
They do that shit all the time. So do cats. So do dogs. So do like all the
What's
other.
your
fucking species.
your occupation?
Sir?
What's your occupation?
I'm a student of law.
Student of law? What's your briefcase?
It's my study materials.
What law aspect of the law do you study?
Well, we study civil and criminal, as well as property law and legislation.
Lawyer, let me ask you something. If a client comes into the courtroom and biologically he's a male, but he decides to identify as a female, what would the state have him on paper as?
The state would refer to him as a female because it's his gender that he is identifying as. The biological sex is irrelevant in the legal context at that point.
So then where is he sent?
Sir?
Where is he sent?
Where is he sent?
Yes.
Depends
If he's
on...
incarcerated.
If he's incarcerated, where is he sent?
Depends. It always depends. The incarcerated individual can actually choose
That's scary.
to determine which.
Man, a guy like
Oh,
that.
now wait.
ask
Now
you
with
a
that being
question?
I don't
said,
work in the prison system.
now with that being said,
and they come to our
yeah,
prison.
I know. I know because I have family that work in the prison system.
with the works.
But because a male that is incarcerated but identifies as a female goes to Fulton County jail and gets locked up with men.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
a fact.
Yeah,
So
that's
so
a fact.
but let's take the idea that he has, because this is an American idea. American idea is that a male who identifies as a female on paper should be referred to as female to respect their gender choice, and it depends, which is very
Irresponsible.
no, but also very mystical of what determines what population he goes to. Now let's go with that idea, right? A male that decided to determine his gender as female goes to a female prison, right? And in the confines of that prison, that male rapes 15 women. Are you aware of that case?
Can I ask you a question
Hold on,
before you move
brother.
on?
Hold on. Are you aware of that
In the
case?
middle of his
Yeah.
speech. Hold on.
So you're aware that there was a man that raped 15 women in a female prison, yes?
That identified as a female.
And what did he identify as? Now, that man got one of those women pregnant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can a biological female get a female pregnant?
Where was this case?
No, hold on.
It was in, I believe,
New Jersey.
I want to say, yeah, northeast Georgia. Not northeast United States. I couldn't get down correct.
Can a biological female get a female pregnant?
Yes.
A biological female can get a female pregnant?
Yes, sir.
What do you impregnate females with?
Well, we have cloning. We do have cloning technology. You can actually, take the cells of a woman.
No.
and
See,
put
look,
them into
I
a
didn't.
egg.
No.
That's true though.
I didn't ask. Can you take a cell and develop it to be an embryo and place it in a female from a female cells?
Oh, so we're interpreting.
No,
words,
we're
correct?
talking. No, we're
Can a
interpreting.
female
We're interpreting in copulation.
Are you talking about without?
Sperm.
No,
without
listen.
aid?
Wait, listen. We're interpreting copulation. You know what copulation is?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Copulation.
Yes.
Well, you're talking about sexual intercourse.
The fertilizing of an egg. In order to fertilize an egg, you need what?
sperm.
You need the compatible DNA.
And what is the compatible germ that you need?
Normally, it's the sperm and the egg.
So it's the sperm and the egg. That's a fact of life. He answered it.
Remember-
But look, you gotta remember we're dealing with Esau. So the sperm
Oh, wait, are you
is what?
Jewish?
Not Jewish. The
Wait,
sperm.
you're speaking from the Old
Hold on.
Testament. I
Wait.
thought the Christians
Hold
typically-
in, because Christ came in the volume of the book. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
But-
That means Christ. Hold on. That means Christ came in the totality of the book. Old Testament, he was prophesied. He came and he
Does the Bible
fulfilled
not
those
also
prophecies.
warn
Hold on.
against street
Hold on.
preachers?
Hold on. Yes, actually, because Paul was a street preacher. Christ was a street preacher. They went to the highways and hedges and bid the masses. That's a street preacher.
But they also
now
warned
before
against the
before we go
interpretations
into the next
He has
before we
no
go into
idea
the
what
next
he's
thing,
at.
because you also
Where are the false
wait.
prophets?
So before we go into the next thing, because you're also dealing with lawyers up here.
Right.
In the court of law, see, and then he goes to street.
You see?
Hey, look, listen. Wait, listen. Education.
You see?
In the court of law, you are not determined as female on paper because you decided to identify as female. That is an actual lie that he just said.
That's a lie.
That is a lie. When you go into the court of law, hold on. You go into the court of law, you are referred to as your quote unquote identifying marker, but on paper,
On paper, it's not so.
it's not so, because they have to determine what population you go to.
Right.
Yeah.
Even that man that was placed in that female population who raped those 15 women, on paper he was identified as male.
Yeah.
So it's not true what he
Let's
said.
look it up.
I don't know what type of lawyer he is or what year he's in
I
his
just
studies,
couldn't find
but that what he said was a flat out lie, and we're gonna show that in the video.
Thank you for watching. If you would like to support the body, you can donate via Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle. We are the Sons of Thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved.